Well, Qantas has suspended its flagship A380 fleet after a dramatic mid-air engine failure over Indonesia. A Rolls-Royce engine tore apart soon after takeoff, forcing the jet to return to Singapore. After an emergency landing at Changi Airport, all of the 440 passengers and 26 crew came off the aircraft safely. Investigations are now underway into what's the first major safety incident involving the relatively new aircraft. Karen Barlow reports.
This is what remains of engine number 2 on QF32 after a mid-air incident. And this is the rest of it on the Indonesian island of Batam. There is damage on the ground and reports of injuries. Locals gathered the debris and posed for photos with what was left of the engine's flying kangaroo logo. The catastrophic engine failure on the Sydney-bound Qantas A380 happened 6 minutes after takeoff from Singapore. 440 passengers and 26 crew were on board, including 3 captains.
The first 5 minutes, there was a bang, and then another bang, and then that was it. What kind of bang? Well, you know, a bang. Like a bang.
On the ground, people in Batam had heard a loud blast. Some reported seeing fire from the underside of the wing. And from inside the plane, a worrying sight.
There were sparks also coming out of the engine. The captain came on fairly quickly afterwards and said there was a problem that we were going to investigate. And they obviously shut down the engine.
After spending an hour dumping a full tank of fuel, the A380 landed safely in Singapore. No passengers or crew were injured. The airline with the excellent safety record is in damage control.
The A380 for us is a fantastic aircraft. This issue, which an engine failure, has been one that we haven't seen before, or that we're not aware we've seen before. So we're obviously taking this very seriously because it is a significant engine failure.
Aviation experts call this an uncontained engine failure rather than an explosion. Pictures show damage to the fuselage and the wing.
It appears a part of the engine, or parts possibly, have actually come out of the engine, and some appear to have hit the aeroplane.
So we're very lucky, to be honest, because that could have gone into a fuel tank or anything, so it could have been a lot worse.
The Airbus A380 has only been in Qantas's service for 2 years. The Australian airline has 6 of them, and they've now been grounded until an investigation is complete. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau is sending 4 investigators tonight to Singapore. Part of their job will be to secure the Qantas debris.
There's always the potential that anything that's moved, or it's what we call the physical evidence, and obviously we'd like to see the physical evidence before it gets moved.
The aircraft had a major service recently in Germany, but Qantas boss Alan Joyce stresses this is not a maintenance issue.
This is an engine issue, so this is not related to the aircraft. It looks like it's as I said, an uncontained failure of the engine.
Engine maker Rolls-Royce is assisting Qantas's investigation and says this is the first catastrophic failure of that type of engine. Karen Barlow, Lateline.